So, as many of you have known, I used to do tarot readings, and I was making to 15 to 1600 a week, fast and good money. Something that you do not just stop. But I stopped because I found out the truth about it, and it didn't scare me because I am who I am, and like I said in previous videos, even before the tarot readings, I was still able to hear, feel, and talk to spirits. I can smell them. I know when it's an evil one. I know when it's a good one. I just know. Um, so me doing readings, tarot readings, I thought I was tapping into my true spiritual gifts, not knowing that I was being deceived and not working with no ancestors or anything that I thought I was working with. It was false. It was actually the opposite. So but God was always by my side. He called me a trailblazer, and I didn't know what a trailblazer was neither. I thought it was a car, and then I seen that it was a basketball team, so I didn't know until he actually was just saying, like, no, I sent you before anybody. I sent you to go through all of that so that you could warn people, and that's what I do. I warn people about tarot readings and other things, but a good friend of mine came to me the other day and they asked me, well, why is it that you were so accurate about tarot readings? And why is it that the things that you have said actually came true? Okay, so when I went deeper, I learned that the devil will tell the person that's doing the tarot readings things about the client in their future and to be absolutely correct. So, for an example, you talking to me and I'm talking to you and I'm telling you like, okay, well, I do see that you just recently got into an argument, but by the end of next week, y'all both will be talking and y'all both will be back together or whatever the case may be. And by the end of next week, it'll actually happen. So when I went deeper about tarot readings and what it was and where it come from, um, I learned that the devil will tell me something about you and it be true. Yeah. And the reason for it is because he needs to keep you working for him and keeping the client coming to him. So basically he has two souls in his hand that is signed over to him without us signing paper because we came into agreement. We came into agreement of doing divination, and that's what that is. And me talking about it now, I'm a lot stronger with talking about it. But when I first found out everything, I couldn't believe it. I cried every single day. I cried for like about 3 4 months. I want to cry now, but I cry too much. I'm gonna try to stay in position. So he got two different souls. He got mine. He got yours, and he's gonna keep it going as long as possible. So in order for me to continue to work with him, he have to tell me everything, and for me to keep you over here with us, I have to be able to tell you everything that is actually true, and that's what he do. So when you're talking to a tarot reader, it is tapping into spiritual realms illegally. Okay, so that's like stealing out of stores. That's like going into somebody's room and stealing their blanket or something like that. You did that without permission, basically. So when you go and tap into spiritual realms illegally, you are considered a free agent. So anything goes. You do not have true protection. You are not getting protected by those ancestors that you are calling up. And most of the time it's not even a real your real true ancestor. These are actually high ranking demons that have done this decades and decades and decades ago, so they're very good at what they do. They're not here to scare you at all because they never ever scared me, or they never ever really showed their true self. They came as an angel of light, and that's why God said the world would be deceived, and this is one of the steps where the world would be deceived. And a lot of the people that calls themselves chosen ones and stuff like that and still going out, they're over drinking, they're over smoking, they outside all the time, they're not isolated. A true chosen one is not going to call themselves chosen. Remember that. So, yeah, when I found out the truth, this is me just being honest. I was scared. I was scared. I was very, very scared. And I couldn't sleep for about a week. And when I did went to go lay down, baby, best believe them lights was on. I felt energies all over the place because it was like I unlocked something to where I knew the truth, so I knew what was right there. Now, mind you, like I said, I have always been who I am. I always have been able to feel, see, speak, smell to spirits, whether they was good or evil. And I can feel who was what. So when I found out the truth, I felt good and evil near me, but it was like it scared me to know that I invited in demons and snakes. And do I don't even like snakes. So to make a long story short, because my longer videos is on my YouTube, but to make a long story short, I never in my life will go down that road again. I would never in my life look at a tarot reading, a tarot card. I treat it like it's porn. If it's on my phone, I treat it like it's really a snake. If it's on my phone, I throw that motherfucker. No, for real. I threw away every single thing, every little thing, even the clothes I knew I did readers in, I threw it away because it was contaminated. And those are not real spiritual gifts. And I learned that your real spiritual gift comes from the true Almighty, not no earthly gods. You know, they claiming earthly high ranking demons that was once here before but went against our Father. You get what I'm saying? So, I'm just very happy that God did redeem me. You know, He did call me by name and He said time was up. You know, I was so heartbroken about what I have done for months. I was so heartbroken to where I'm like, I don't even want to be here anymore. But He had to come to me to let me know, like, and the way He did come to me, He called me Trailblazer. And I didn't know what that was neither. I'm like, now I'm a car. And then he kept saying it, so then I found out it was a basketball team. I said, I think he wanted me to play basketball. And then he made a lady say, "You're a trailblazer. You're one of the ones that go first. You go before everybody to warn people not to do it or to do it." So now I know exactly what it was. So I am warning you. Do not go down that road. Your true spiritual gift comes from the true Almighty. Once you stand in His right hand, while He make your enemies your footstool, He will give you. First of all, you have to build that loyalty up. You got to build that relationship up. You got to really put in the work. Like, you know, I always been with Him, and after that, I put in extra overtime because I'm like, I did that when I was doing readings. I learned everything: astrology, moonology, numerology. Um, I mean everything, y'all. I put in work. Like I to be deceived, I was heartbroken. I was heartbroken because I was working against God and didn't even know it, and I was heartbroken because I built $1,000 business that had to be thrown away. Will I do it again? I sure would. I I'll come to your house and throw it away. I'll do it over and over again. Throw it all away because it's not a game. You know, so many people believe in what the devil do and be like, oh, the devil is on my nerves today or he trying me today. But as soon as I mention God or Yeshuah Hamashiach, Emperor Haile Selassie, everybody confused. So the devil made you? scared me.